They genuinely have transformed. If with this new look, they beat an EG that they lost to 0-2 just 15 days ago, it is definitive. And beyond that, it earns them a coveted upper bracket spot in the playoffs. EG, again with this Viper. We saw it just the other day against C9. A game in which they narrowly closed out in EG fashion, but they got it over the finish line. There was no C9 comeback.
Meanwhile, this Furia change to what has been working on other maps, their Leviathanization, has been doing well, enough to beat 2G on this previous iteration. Feel confident enough to pick it in substitution of Summit. That's the only difference in the vetoes between the previous series, between these two teams and this one.
Yeah, the playing teams really have been Leviathanized, for sure. Yeah. Everyone is just leaning into the Neon Phoenix. Not EG on this map, though. And it is peculiar. Bauer's been caught off by Artzin, and what has been a slow round. Look at EG. Yeah. They are all the way through the spawn. They are on the site. That spike is miles away.
Yeah, not with them, weirdly enough. A counter flash, but Calm is still stuck ISO thanks to the paranoia. That pocket's still found by the double duelist, but Pancakes can carve his way through the elbow, and ultimately, EG do turn it into a front line, but you still got to circle back and find that spike, and Zerona can't hold it down in time, so it's a 1v2 gifted to Furia.
It's a big two-piece from Pancakes, but he will, not be getting to that B site. This was a bizarre opening round to this game. Will it be an indicator of some chaos to come? Maybe. I mean, this was a weird open. EG just got multiple players up mid into the spawn. They were so excited about the space that they were gaining across the map that they forgot the spike.
30 seconds left.
Back there in their own spawn.
That'll happen.
I mean,
usually not like here. Not like here, but,
no,
you know.
I mean, occasionally. Maybe in a ranked game.
Oh my god. Yeah, Artsane, don't lose your headset, bro.
Bro is confused. Well, Furia, a little bit of a gift of a pistol round win. They will take it, happily. There's so much danger around this Viper wall that Zerona has been primarily throwing up towards A. They don't have a Phoenix of their own, and they have to be very concerned, EG, when they're contacting up, trying to take space off the wall, that Furia at any given moment can just pop flash out of it. Little stun Phoenix combo with your Neon getting involved as well. That could eat EG alive in some of these situations. They have to be very, very careful.
That's the beauty of this comp in this matchup specifically, is that anybody can step into that role of being able to interrupt the creep. Doesn't really matter what you throw, you just have to throw something. And EG, by nature of what they decided to play, they'll have to throw more at the problem to equalize. This top mid creep's a little louder, and Calm is going to dare to step into it, but Superman diffs him with the classic. Fury's got to try to cold compress this, but Digizine's already on the run. Yeah, we forgot the spike again, you guys. There's a crucial part of this game that we're forgetting.
Yeah, unfortunately, the spike delivery service of Pancakes got destroyed by the judge, and there's no way EG can recover that. 2 kills in, not bad to start, though.
Sure thing.
Modest amount of damage.
Yeah, I respect how much ground they were able to gain off of that, and that's going to be a constant for sure in a map as small as this one. That's maybe why they feel so confident going for those late spike pickups, late rotates. Certainly with a little more management, it'll be a little more manageable. But now, with that bonus, Furia, not much to build off of here, just the triple heavies. Good amount of damage could get done here, but EG, they know they can gun it, they know they can find the one, and it's more than likely going to be that Cypher from Shy.
Yeah, some investment across the board from Furia does result in them having a pretty meager bonus round buy that EG can exploit.
Like the packing here from Furia. Just making sure the trade system is set up for at least 1 down. And in the bonus, that's mostly what you can hope for in the short term. Qual and Basic. No high-low, just the trade, and Basic will make it work. Very happy with that to start.
I do like that Furia have opted for an aggressive look on this bonus round. Trying to catch EG out with something a little bit unexpected. That's what you got to do when the buy is looking as rough as it is for Furia. Patient EG just want to group up towards this A side. No wall to play around with Zerona down. But they will contact up this space anyhow, just keeping things silent. And as it stands, it really does look like we are just headed towards a full A retake situation. And if we do end up there, take a look at some of that util on Furia. They have an abundance of it. Calm's got everything to throw in there. Artsine still has that paranoia. Basic still has his flashes. But Artsine getting caught, a little bit unfortunate, posted up on the box. Man down, important util piece down, and now EG should be able to comfortably lock this up.
Good pathing to make your way there. Pretty much unscathed. Appreciate the re-clear on mid as well to make sure that you don't have to kind of stop in the middle of it. Furia will indeed go for the retake with a couple solid guns. Paranoia nice and early so that EG can set up close. Digizine very much ready for that immediate block. We're hesitating for a minute here, aren't we?
Just going to be content with trying to deal a little bit of damage. Shy can get out of there with the Phantom that he's picked up.
Try not to hand over orbs. Yeah, I respect it. Get some good kills here if you're Shy. Nicely done! Beautiful stuff!
That's huge.
Yeah, the neural theft is going to be huge next round.
Pancake's just being the only one to have brought a rifle over. That EG economy is in a terrible spot now. Furia, excuse me, lose the round, but come up with a real nice consolation prize. If they win this next one, they'll have EG fully ecoed.
Real calculated risks in these opening three coming from Furia. They have every excuse to be able to just go balls to the wall out the gate here and force EG to make those decisions and actually find themselves, but they're not.
Koala Noob, I had a random thought. Koala Noob picks up that Outlaw on defense. He's going up against 3 players with the light armor that he could take down. Oh my god, wow. Zerona. How does he get the second? Hello?
Yeah, not sure about that one.
How
Full blind.
Earth has he pulled that off? I do not know. Now EG just want to execute into this B site. Shy the only nuisance from that B side. Working through market.
See if Shy peeks it again. He's already out. Has faith that Koala's going to get here in time. He is holding that scope. We were wondering how often he was going to try and op coming into this match. He's still kind of finding the right rhythm with how often he's able to hold it. And like the desk said, he is just so good with it. He'll find the one on the way in. Furia just trying to chauffeur themselves as far in as possible. A lot of coverage for EG to play the long haul for this site specifically. And Superman on the box. Nobody's going to check for that off rip.
Spam is looking good so far. Oh my god, look at the haunt. Pings out all 3, but still no opportunity to actually get on the spike with that molly. Down calm was on the line, but Bao is pretty sharp with that peek.
And Shy senses that there's no more chances. Got to save that gun with how sparse the economy is coming into this next round. So EG able to comfortably set up shop for the time being. That cycle is looking very dangerous coming into this round. You could get that overdrive going if you want to, or I mean, just yeah, you could double up for 4 of those. Yeah, you kind of just gotta shrug and move on. Good that Basic's doing that.
And that was a round that EG.
Baby. You're him, daddy.
Hey yo.
Who were we talking about? Bao, probably.
Probably.
But EG needed that one bad. Economy was hanging in the balance. They are content just working towards this B side. Yet again, trying to keep things simple against Furia, who are all on the pistols aside from Shy. On the B side again, though. So maybe he could find the impact to get Furia in this round.
Placing up the gates, Koala's going to decide to throw out that overdrive and finds 3! Immediately on the opening, immediate contact! And he's still surfing, Zerona driving down to half! EG's got to carve this out fast. There's still 2 Furia members on site.
Look at the HP for EG, though. It's horrible.
Basic finds both of them!
That is insane from Koala. And for this new Furia look to work out, for them to have switched to what could be dubbed the Leviathan comp, the meta comp of the moment. They need Koala Noob to figure out this Neon and play it at a high level. Before playing it in this stage across his entire career, he only had about 40 rounds on it compared to, say, an 8,500 on Jet.
He plays that quite a he played that quite a bit.
He is learning on the fly in this match experience, but he's coming off of his best Neon game against G2 in Furia's last match, immediately carrying that over against EG. Now picking up the operator as well, the weapon that he is known for.
Let's listen in to how this next round is dealt with.
Pop smoke if you guys want to. On top
ice. Nice shot.
Come back A, Doug. Come back A. Jordan B man. Phoenix market right now. Come rewalk A, guys. Try to get out.
Gotta go. I have my ult.
Waiting for you to get here first.
Yeah,
No dart. They gave market.
Wait for the dog. After the dog, we go, boys, okay?
Yeah.
Come.
I'm
I
coming.
don't have dart here. I'm just getting out with you guys. What you, Jay?
You wanna go
Bandit's
up?
gonna drop into.
Okay, I hold
Look,
up.
look,
I hold
look.
left side. Halfway?
Jay, bait them here.
Yeah,
You have
yeah.
to-
Take bomb, Jay.
Yeah, 1 second.
My drone on
I'm
lane.
assuming here.
You go lane
We
left
got-
on this.
Perito. No, son.
Heard. Joining over lane. Joining over lane. Heard. Jake, you're solo.
It's CT.
Fade lane. Fade lane.
solo
Off
lane.
spawn.
Jumping panda, jumping panda.
Heard. Clear the op spawn. Right side spawn, I think. Phoenix ulti left.
CT.
Big splash coming in.
City
Right side, right side.
Fade wide.
Three CT.
I'm
Yeah.
sitting, I'm walking lane.
Yep. You
Zanio,
should
right
play. You
side.
should play if you can.
Just want to save.
Head down. Sticking plan, Jake.
Head up when you can.
I'm gonna ult Jake.
He's ulting all out short.
Oh, I got volleyed, bro. Fuck. One's short, one short.
Oh my god, that's 148, bro.
NT.
Nice shot.
CT, bro. That's round.
And that round is all basic. First on the double up so that Koala Noob gets attention taken off of him so they can pop out with that opening snipe. And that's on the ultimate, so he gets chance number 2. Soon as that Viper's Pit comes up, that Hot Hands is already on the way down, catches Zerona right as it's done proccing. He deconstructed that round nearly single-handedly.
That molly is just disgusting. For Zerona to use the pit and just die straight away. How brutal is that? Koala Noob gets some immediate value with that op. Bro, this basic Phoenix is ridiculous. This guy is able to frag on every single agent he's played. The Breach, which no one is playing. Like,
Right.
Like running Deadlock on this map earlier. It's ridiculous.
The man plays everything so well.
His Phoenix right now in the play-ins is plus 41
I think it's the-
kills to death. It's out of control. And if you're getting Koala Noob playing like this on the Neon alongside him, outrageous. EG want to up the tempo, though, by getting into market straight away. Variation in the wall from Zerona is going to protect Dijazine on a potential sight cross. Stairs smoked off as well. All of Furia gathered up back towards Boba. You can see they've traded that op, thrown it to Artzin so Koala can be that space maker. Still has the relay bolt. Fastlane to get some control of market first. But look at the double flank from EG. Furia are surrounded.
Yeah, there's nothing to cross up when you don't know where you're crossing from, and Dijazine has made the full wrap, finds Calm to start. Koala Noob has at least sussed out Zerona, and as that screen goes, he has very little protection against the 2 as Dijazine comes in and takes care of that threat, though. They're able to compress on the site again, and it's almost a flip that Dijazine turns into 3, and EG turns into 3 as well. Game staying nice and close.
That is such a cool execute from EG, and then into the post plant, setting up that double flank. Zerona is just dragging attention from Fury to him in mid. They, in no world, expect Dijazine to also be flanking through Boba. And then he makes the decision to just come back, double up with Zerona, plays together to get the easy second kill. That completely divides everyone on Furia up. Really sick EG round.
Standing ahead.
And a back and forth game so far.
Well, Dijazine and Zerona, often being that duelist duo on this team, they recognize how important it is that they are always at the position where the onus lies on them to deliver immediately. Whether it requires that buddy up, that double up, just any extra space you can gain lets you announce that ubiquity even harder with such an insane duelist heavy meta right now.
Koala Noob posts up, down mid. Superman goes too far. He might be able to find a free kill. There it is on Bow, deep mid. Seemed like EG were hoping to get a multiplayer swing off onto him, but Koala Noob gets the fast shot, and with that neon pace, just gets away.
Right in time, and now the reback step to catch whoever can come out of this smoke that's been set up by Supermen. And it's gonna be Supermen. Both whiffing, avoided. Basic instead catches Zerona coming up behind him, so now Supermen's quite ISO'd, and he's gonna try to turn that into a lurk, while EG will attempt to take this A site, but some good stalling done by Basic with this run it back. Just existing on this site is enough to prevent EG from moving in, and Pancakes can at least trample that.
EG are trying to gather up all together in Link. It's a 3 versus 3 on site with 18 seconds left. There's no way they can win this against Furia, surely.
Yeah, that paranoia clear doesn't get an inch of it. Everyone can step in uber safely, and Basic doesn't even die. He was standing on site the whole time. Flawless round 5 for Furia.
He is just a demon. I mean, Basic is unbelievable. Came into this game plus 41 on kills to deaths as Phoenix in play-ins, and now plus 50.
Yeah, keep on running it up, buddy.
It's crazy, and we're only 8 rounds into the game.
You see how hungry he is every time he's winning those rounds, man. He just wants it. Also, IGL immediately, just because everyone understands how capable he is of that. And then he's humble enough to understand that he can't immediately slot in to that extent. Decides to take that step back, let Artscene take over again. And because of that, he turned out to have his best individual performance against G2 in Furia's previous match.
Yeah, best one of 2026. Just happened against G2. Furia should be able to get out to a strong lead here. Just depends on how well they can convert this into eco, and it's with ease so far. Oh my god. Zerona is definitely a shooter. He has had some crazy kills in this game so far.
Com can at least nip that in the bud. But EG getting really comfortable with these mid creeps. Almost speedrunning him sometimes. Com, good spray control on 5 HP, but that'll work. Superman just seeing what he can get rid of. Has plenty of time to experiment with it. But that EG timeout was no doubt called for the follow-up to try to get this to a 6-6 half.
Honestly, I'm a little bit surprised on this map that we haven't seen EG just also lean into the Phoenix Neon. Zerona has been a solid Phoenix for them since joining the team. It's a real off-meta look bringing the Viper here.
30 seconds left.
Just one for Supermen, so the eco will be pretty much fully set up now for Furia, but EG can start setting up now. They have a good amount of stuff to work off of as well. The Jazeen one away from the overdrive, and then Bow with that neural theft allows you to go for a much more secure pivot than they were before. Again, they want to be everywhere at once, but the thing about the way this game is played right now is all you need is just that one pressure point, and if you're able to just stick a knee all the way in it, then you're likely solid.
Do EG play with a little bit of pace or just try to contact up the wall? No, they are as fast as can be. Great C's to keep them at bay.
Wow, gonna decide to throw in the Nightfall on top of that. There's only one member of Furia available to react to this, and Artscene already gets tossed out by the fast lane, so EG securely take this A, and that Nightfall is gonna fall dry before Furia can react to it.
And now 4 versus 5 in the retake. Late flank from Shy coming from the south side of the map. Koala already dealt with. There's just no way Furia can make inroads, surely, without that Neon.
Yeah, now that that's already gone, Digizine staying up. Zerona even planting on the outside of the block so that he doesn't get sprayed through by Artscene. EG came prepared for this round. Still got a little bit of time to work with, though. Once this warp goes.
Shy on that flank, he didn't want to overstep either. There's the trip in front of him, so hasn't really gotten an opportunity for involvement. EG that time just a little bit of a tempo shift to get into A fast. Calm was not expecting to get swarmed at that pace. And unfortunately for him, the rest of the Furia team there just a little bit too overstacked towards B to be able to get over there, assistant time, find any value off the back of the Nightfall. Damage here is still significant if Shot can find it.
Cage triggered.
At least the one, and trying to beckon more, but EG are safe in the territory they've got, and they'll even get rid of Artscene too while they're at it. 2 rounds to go in the half here, and EG, as is the case with their season, their previous season, their season before that, they're figuring it out as they go. Slowly learning The tempo, the pace, the conversation that these players are having with the bullets they're shooting. And still Fury is built. Still, they have every excuse to just wait for EG to make their first statement, and then they can throw so much more with little to no effort.
Yeah, just
as long
hit
as you're
them
in the
with
right spot.
so much counter utility. Get so proactive with the Phoenix Neon, which is exactly what they're trying to do towards A. And it's going to encourage EG to go for a quick pivot. Split towards B from all angles. Digizine getting in towards Boba. Both Furia anchors in market, now surrounded, backs against the wall.
Just now lining up the overdrive. Superman driving his way down the market as Digizine will go for the reposition. They're trying to fully take over this hemisphere, but as the spike will once again drop, Furia can puppy guard only that one territory, which at this point is all that matters.
Serona got hungry for more in that tiles fight. Spike recovered, and while that's happening, look at the other two players on EG. Just setting up this high-low, pushing forward. This on-the-fly decision might just win them out the round.
There's no bolt or lane for Koala Noob to clear with here, so it's got to be Caesar Paranoia. And there goes Artscene, all on comm, and he's already used everything. Koala's slide does not skip a beat, Digizine. And EG make the gap 1.
EG respond to that uncomfortable scenario so well. They kind of bide their time on the Superman spike recovery so they can set themselves up to deny the Boba re-entry. Well navigated by EG, on the verge of tying up this half. That's despite not winning the pistol either. Perhaps we're just getting that pace right back to A, and it looks like a Paranoia could get a multiplayer connection depending on Furia's willingness to push up.
Yep.
Not going to be the case, though.
Well, respect the screen for the most part, not even peek beyond the blocks. Now the overdrive comes out on top of the flash. Pancakes! Gets it off rip! And now he's got friends! Company! Oh my god, Digizine! He runs a marathon in 5 seconds flat! And they have more than enough, but Digizine says, you don't even need it, I got this, y'all. 4 HP on Shy, they know where he's at. Oh my god, yeah, Pancakes trying not to even look at him. But there's that mounted aggression showing what it's capable of, even when you get those first couple steps in. I mean, Digizine was halfway through to the elbow, and then all of a sudden he was backside.
Yeah, that was an awesome pace change from Digizine. The speed to get that wrap off. These fast execs from EG dominated the A side late into this half. Able to tie things up, didn't win that pistol round. More success on the gun rounds. We saw instances of good mid-round calls, and then great fast executes towards the end. I remember how chaotic the beginning of the half was for them, forgetting the spike and the spawn. They seemed out of sorts, but by the end, they were dialed.
Well, now they got to do it all over again on the other side. We'll see how Fury manages the tempo. In the meantime, Liz is down on the floor with a special guest.
Thank you so much, Tenrak. And yes, I am here with Axolotl's Miara. But here's the thing, you might not know who Axolotl is. Please introduce to us you and your team.
Hello, I'm Miara. I'm the IGL and info player for Axolotl. My team consists of Starbound, Astralis, St. Claus, and Terror. You guys might have watched us achieve our qualification for main event last week.
To find some excuses, some opportunities to go for that scope. Digizine, same kind of position now on the defense. We'll see how often he's able to pick that up.
Two guys that are known for opping. Furia's intention with this second half of the year rebuild was to put Koala Noob in a position to op even more than he already was. And he picked it up a fair amount on the defense, but it didn't net the max impact that Furia desired. They won that first half pistol. Let's see if they can win the second. Straight up execute into the B side. No frills, just taking that backside space, and we're into a 5-on-5 retake.
Oh yeah, you've seen this story before. Koala Noob with the extension, not the finalization though, and there's no immediate follow-up. Basic staying back for the time being. Furia want to control the territory that they know they've got. The Cypher camp not shot down though, so EG have a little bit of an idea, an inkling as to where these guys are. Basic having to reposition low to be able to find that cross. Digizine out the gate before the smoke drops. There goes Calm, and already EG's on top of the spike with bodies to place in front of the problem. They don't even need to fire back, but Furia is. It doesn't matter! EG taken back on the pistol, and Digizine clear in the crowd. Reputation has been restored after that first one.
Digizine is seriously heating up later into this game. Furia tried to go for that Boba play, but basic Kowalinu a little bit out of sorts, disconnected on the double swing. If that flash came a little bit earlier, maybe it's a totally different round. But EG are offered up that first kill, and this Zerona wall placement is allowing them to get that back site control a little bit more easily, and then you can drop it so they can fight into the front side. It's a pretty cool setup. And EG have taken the lead. After on some of those early rounds in the game, yeah, looking messy. Felt like Furia might have gotten out to a commanding first half. But now in a situation where they've got pretty much all classics into an EG that have invested heavily into this anti-eco.
Before Furia had spoken over how over the course of this group stage, which was a calculated risk from Furia as an organization going for that shift in roster when they were on the cusp points-wise of those rankings for champs. This is the moment where these new guys who found themselves have to lose all of that communicative dissonance.
One enemy remaining.
Only one body dropped.
One body dropped, and Superman had the ghost, so just pick up the gun and all good for EG. Yeah, that huge roster gamble that Furia took might just be paying off later into this second stage, into the play-ins. After the 0-5, finally getting some wins on the board, finally figuring out the roles for this team. And it was such a risk to take. At the end of the first stage, they already had 7 champs points. They were up there on the leaderboard. They were number 4.
Yeah.
And they gave that up to go for a hard reset. And the question is, yeah, is it too little, too late? EG, it's a different story. They haven't qualified for an international in years. They're trying to get back there, and it is a long road ahead of them. And posted up top, Hudson gets the first across the map. Awkward little mid-fight goes down.
Pancake's deciding to stick that owl drone around, perhaps, to make sure that Koala doesn't get too crazy about it. Yeah, the smoke just to let them pause. They still got a full minute to deal with this. EG waiting at the stairs. The relay bolt into the paranoia. That doesn't clear out the entirety, but Kowalinu gets found early as Bao repositions, and Pancake sprays down the other 2. The rest of Furia trying to fight this out, but they just can't. Pancakes with 3!
That is a sick play from EG. Down a man. They want to find a way to win out this bonus, and they just sync up this util combo on the fly. Send it out of top mid. The paranoia comboed with that relay bolt. Everyone commits to the fight together. What a really impressive round, genuinely.
Shy already, deciding to take that bait.
Oh, man, EG have just gotten so locked into this game. It's just, I know I've said it a couple times, but it's crazy the way it started. The forgetting the spike incident into a round like this where they set up such an awesome mid-round aggro play.
The dichotomy of it all.
And it results in the bonus round conversion. They can get out to a commanding 4-round lead. This is just so sick. The paranoia, the recon, the stun. Multiplayer committal swing just coming through top mid. Digizine sliding out there.
Hey guys, we need to play the game, okay?
Wow. Good advice, honestly.
Well,
that entry kill abused the movement and the stinger to do it.
Another bit of mid-neutral. If Furia want to see if EG give themselves away to.
Furia just going to wait out this one-way smoke and presumably just burst off the back of it. There's that flash, Prowler, Superman. He just needs to live, wait for some help. Don't throw his life away. Don't throw the rifle away.
With that Han already finding him, yeah, he'll be convinced that he needs to just get out of dodge.
Yeah, just relax. Wait for these rotates. Take advantage of the better kits across the board. Superman has spoken about really trying to find his consistency in this second stage. Could be an opportunity to show some solid anchoring as Basic is just in with this all denied right away.
Really janky slide from Koala Noob that could have netted the kill, but instead EG can restabilize quickly, and too distracted by the recon bolt, Digizine goes in and finishes things off! The crowd has been cleared, and now it's just the elbow that needs to be stained out, and that's Pancake's job. Double digits reached by EG, and Digizine throwing out some love.
He is cooking right now. Last time on this map, he finished 12 for 17 actually against C9, and right now he is 17 for 12. And the game is not even over. He is in great form. He really wants to go on this run.
Hey, guys!
Make it to those Stage 2 finals. Play in front of the home crowd.
Love these Mish jerseys from EG too. The purple is so clean.
I mean, I'm a little surprised if Furia decide to just play to the Phoenix ult in that round, commit it, and now on this gun round, no ults to play.
Yeah.
Right?
No springboard.
They go for a risk, doesn't pay off.
And now you barely have any room to have another.
Take a look at the money on EG as well. They're not even really dropping their, Furia aren't even really dropping their players. Like, we haven't even needed to see the Digizine ult. Oh, Zerona, that timing, but oh my god, how does Koala snap to it?
Yeah, whatever, man.
That's ridiculous.
And nobody else is going to try dry to it. Yeah, they have a feeling that there's going to be a stack available. Instead, Superman, good timing with this insert as the rest of EG can try to blossom back out.
EG are so proactive in these mid-rounds on defense. Superman claiming all of this space. Look at the rotation that's coming through. EG are going to be on this A side. Furia could be committing into the Cypher-held site. Multiple kill trips on it. Multiple anchors to spray players down.
At least that wire is taken care of. Well, Digizine, okay.
Oh my god!
Completely still, and you're still getting the kill with the ulti, but they're still a 1v2 shy. Gonna get that neural theft active, but only 13 seconds to go, so it's still him that has to act.
And he has to get the spike. It's over an elbow.
It feels like Digizine can just play keep away. Oh yeah, no, you're done. GG's. That's a round. How does it feel? How does it feel?
What a disaster for Furia. The impact of the Molly lineup missing was actually huge.
That's everything, dude. He gets to chill in this corner from that side forever, bro.
That was just all good. On the recon from Pancakes is beautiful. Look at the
he didn't even move.
Just the stabilization on the aim. And Digizine is one of just the cleanest, kind of slow, smooth aimers. He's got a ultra low sense. Wow. And he's playing with some determination.
I'm amazed he's the only one. Got to foster some great talent this year. Zerona was the other player that was called up in the midst of this season, and he too has truly evolved when it comes to his timing, his intuition.
Now against C9 on this map, EG gave up a lot of rounds late into it. There was a real chance for a C9 push to OT. It didn't come to fruition. EG were able to get it across the finish line. That has been a pain point for them in 2026. Getting out to huge leads, but not being able to actually close the door on them. This would require a serious comeback from Furia.
Yeah, still 5 rounds worth of air before it becomes choking territory. Bao holding close on the wire and market. Not on the 1-4. Flash in from Basic, instantly taken down. Sheriff, by the way, that's an escort for at least the market stack, but Basic has to give himself away, and Zerona is just gonna keep grabbing!
Down B.
Surely you have to give it to him now, right? The stars are aligned. Digizine still has his slide. You could just, he doesn't even have to fire a bullet. This could be so beautiful.
30 seconds left.
Come on. No!
Now Shy has a chance, but he still has to recover that. Spike has to cross. The stun is good, and Pancake's back sight. Just a free kill, shoots him in the side. There was danger. That was a crazy little shot from Basic to open up market.
And there's just nothing immediately to follow up on, dude. Yeah.
That's just, yeah, unlucky, bro. Just stuck in the corner, can't see anything behind the wall. Wow. Felt even more impressive from their point of view.
Nice.
So 6 rounds a game point here for Evil Geniuses. Gotta say, really satisfied with how they've been able to take this pick against them and just mangle it.
Welcome to my world.
Hits out early from Zerona to deny the B space. And the screen also set up to provide that extra wall for that along with the mid obfuscation, but Furia with it down will creep up to top mid on the 3.
Pancake's happy to just back up for a moment, re-clear with the drone. And in the meantime, look at this EG fight down A main. They're able to capture that first kill. No smokes now for the execute. Furia wants to operate quickly, but they're potentially going into this pit, potentially going into a trap wire.
Yeah, Furia know they've been red in mid. Thank goodness that they've been able to win from there every time anyways, and they're still pathing. They're still not dead. Pancakes at least wins the first slide to reset trade that nice and quick. Calm holding down Boba. Now the double up, so that Bao is in a bit of a tough position. Has to step back for the time being. Now Zerona isolated, steps out of the pit just in time to find the 1. And with Superman found as well, Zerona holding down from spawn. The 1v1 with the spike still puppy guarded.
How many times has Shy been the last one alive?
Not watching properly, but Zerona whiffing, and thank goodness for that. Furia gifted at least one more opportunity, and if you're an EG fan, that already feels like one too many.
So close. EG were maneuvering that site well. Pancakes had a good little adjustment to deny that first kill, but Furia are just able to fight together towards Boba, catch those players rotating in, and try to deal with everyone else. As close as it gets, but they're not dead yet. The buy is not ideal. They're going up against the Digizine op, trying to get something different in the mix to close this out. EG with 5 chances to do so. That's not Furia's map pick. The contrast from EG early, those first several rounds compared to now, man, they have stepped up.
That coughing baby finally grew up and became a hydrogen bomb. Koala, once again, the creep. Because you could sell the insert or you could fully commit to the double, but the reactive Hunter's Fury from Pancakes tags and finishes
God,
Basic.
bro.
Chased him down.
Util is so clean.
Shy, his own lurk creep. Tough timing on the jump, but he makes it work. The double up is coming in through Boba now, though. Neural Theft pop just in time. He's still kicking. Tries to get out before the spray can meet him. And Zerona caught on the chase down, still trying to find him. Now Digizine with the buddy system. He has single-handedly tossed everybody from EG over to his side.
Furia want to get this forward space towards A. They think they can claim it, but they can't. EG just fast enough to get back to deny Koala, to get that man advantage. Could there be a better chance than this to close out this game?
Zerona pulling the gun out in time for Shy. They have no idea how far crept he is, and now they have to watch for him again, only on a crumb of HP, though, and the rest of site's been cleared out. Now Shy has to chase him down, and it's the haste to save the game. At least another round. I don't even think he gets there in time, man. This spike, once again, everyone playing everywhere except there. The objective space, a crucial point for both sides, but EG evolve and conquer on their break point.
I am blown away by EG.
Intel initiator that Pancakes was on for a crew. He gets to play with Aspas, he gets a world championship. Meanwhile, Pancakes is grinding on OR esports and fluffy aimers. He gets called into the EG Academy this year, and eventually, Calm's value lessens enough to the point where that ex-teammate comes in to replace him in his first stint of Tier 1. And he's quadrupled the kills that Calm got in Map 1.
Patient from Furia to open this up. Shy, much like on Sunset, is being left for some very late lurks. He was in a countless 1vx's on Map 1. He was able to close out one 1v1, but you know, oftentimes it felt like the round was already lost before he could get involved. We'll see if he can catch some better timings on Breeze. As Furia intend on getting into this A site, they want to burst in.
With so many different screens that they're able to set up, a lot for the Tide on top of the fast lane to make sure that all of A site specifically is segmented. And yeah, Koala Noob, you have 40 bullets. Why not just spend a couple of them now?
Well, that is ridiculous. EG now in the 4 versus 5. Now the 3 versus 5 trying to move forward onto this site, but it's a proactive Furia that are just dealing with every single player. Oh my god, well, super
left on his own. Yeah,
That's
decent
crazy.
digs to start. You still got some time to work with. Let's see what you can come up with. Okay, that's as far as it goes. Our team playing on top of that Cove, making it a little tougher. And yeah, that little bit of proactivity just playing on those corners. EG was a little too ready to aggress right when the spike goes down, and there's still a lot in the kit available for Fury to just dig that knife in deeper.
It's pretty chill when Kwalnu was able to just walk
that
forward,
first
and
blood
the first bullet actually is just a tap headshot kill onto Pancake, so no recon for trying to get back in past the wall. Maybe get some spam if you're on. No. Now that one was a bit silly, but Koala in that game against G2 was really good in the first kill to first death engagements, going +8 in that regard, and that's after the game against 2G where the Neon was a bit lackluster. 14 for 21 in the first kill to first deaths.
As soon as that orb gets heard, good punish there by Pancakes to catch Basic, trying to grab the orb.
EG, all about the util combos today, and they keep finding value.
Not even having a look at him. Good start to the anti-ecos on top of the pistols that have been a little more susceptible in the play-ins as opposed to the group stage. Recon Bolt not shot down in time. Artscene caught, has to toss down the Cove, and Koala Noob can clear the crowd in the meantime, so Furia keep it okay for now. Supermen on the backside for a moment there, but Koala Noob on track for an ace here as soon as Digizine makes his way back. Yippee!
And there it is. Little nice anti-eco ace. So the last one came a little bit too late for the frag movie, but I mean, you can chop it up, a little edit. Feels good for Koala, though, to just keep putting up numbers on this Neon. I mean, I mentioned just like the first kill, first death stack going into this, but the game against G2 was a revelation in all regards for his Neon. Super impressive.
It was a return to form. You see it in his attitude, too. Like, the way he played the game, his mood from round to round, it's just he's where he wants to be in the game right now. And like you said, yeah, those first engagements, the ratio of how well he's done in that has increased by 50% between group stage and play-ins. It's just so much better at starting things.
EG want to go for a little pop-out from Neston. Catches Koala.
Traded back pretty quick, though. Neither team wants to fully commit to this team fight. Everyone will just back out, see who throws stuff next.
This EG team just continues to be massively proactive on defense. It's like there's got to be a fear at all times for Furia that some kind of util combo, slide out from the Neon, aggressive maneuver is just going to be taken at any given time. Anytime a wall is up, it feels like you're not safe.
Especially with just the one this time. The Blaze was already gone, and the fast lane was on a corpse. So
Basic did just get that ultimate, by the way, with that spike plant.
Going to be trying to farm that as often as possible with this Phoenix. Immediately sprayed down through the poison orb. Able to do nothing despite the curveball landing decently. Theria just wasting a little bit of time, but not nearly enough. EG can just start trampling. 4v3 to start, and Furia trying to hold on to what little territory there is. Wasting time for Shy to be able to come up as he procs that Cyber Cage in the middle. Basic, beautiful flick to find the first. Second as well. Now has to hop on top of the spike where it's being diffused inside the smoke. The Blaze blocking himself out, though, and Bao can spray it back. Only have to go, and Artscene can't land the shots in time. He was down to 3 HP. He was about to die on it.
That is ridiculous. Shy not able to get the value by wrapping around through doors. Somehow Superman got the kill onto Calm while he was getting pinged up by the recon. How on earth does he win that engagement? It shouldn't have gone his way. This is crazy. He's getting pinged up.
Crazy.
How does he get the kill? It's ridiculous.
Oh, and then Basic, he like shrouds himself off with that Blaze. That's rough.
They're playing for stats!
Arzen just so late trying to get that kill. Trying to waste as much time off the clock as possible if he gets the spam, so the next guy couldn't actually defuse, but it does not work out. Furia are still able to put together a good buy, though, with the spike plant going down. And with the damage done to EG, their economy hangs in the balance as well. This is a really important round 4 for both teams. Furia want to keep it simple. They have loved these A-side executes.
Yeah. Koala really wants to make sure this eco is thrown away, has every excuse to use that overdrive if it means a slide reset, if it means that extra bit of space, if it means an extra kill a little bit quicker. But already, again, this proactive usage of util just to get some chip in. Pancakes, these shock darts are landing so well. Inside the cove, Koala Noob able to find Bao, stuck on his own timing, but Zerona in for the follow-up. That's at least one. Basic can trade that out too. Has to find his way back in, so Shy, as well as Artscene play mild support until they can rise back in. That's beautifully taken.
That's an impressive round from Furia. Last time, full A exec, doesn't work out in the post plant. No timeout or anything required. They go right back to the full A exec, but they have a completely different idea as to how they want to play after the spike goes down. With the cove going straight into double doors, Koala Noob gets right inside of that as soon as it drops, takes control of it, gets the kill onto Bao, who is not expecting that push at all.
Nice! Let's go!
Furia make the right adjustment on the most important round maybe we've seen so far, aside from the pistol that's got EG on the eco.
Catalyst for sure, and it lets Koala Noob snipe. Yeah, just stick him here. You got all the time in the world to play with. And Artscene one way from the Reckoning too, so you can pressure those orb spaces into the ults very quickly. The tempo shift from Furia here is insane, as well as just the snowball potential if you don't have to use any of it against these pistols. But, I don't know, that, if Pancakes manages to get that Hunter's Fury, he might go panning for gold. He's just got that feeling.
Little weapon exchange so Koala can get the space on this speed hit. Shy on the flank watch, all good. Fury should be able to clean this up with ease. This Koala Noob Digizine head-to-head is really sick as Bao is able to get that random shot, but it is traded. Things are still fine. Furia stabilizing out, but
30 seconds left.
Digizine and Koala just have so many parallels, both of them being so op-heavy. Both of them kind of the same, like, personality archetype in the game, honestly, like doing whatever it takes to just keep competing. Whether that's like Koala Noob going over to Na'Vi last year, Digizine joining EG, having to get better at even just like speaking English throughout the year to feel comfortable with these guys. And you can see now like the vibe that they have on stage together is beautiful.
Absolutely. Yeah,
just two guys who are really like defined by that work ethic and grind at all costs.
Emotional players, but not egotistical. And like you said, they'll do anything to play. Koala Noob's got a kid, and he was willing to go to Berlin and play to live out that dream. Still be that family man back home here. Well, Furia got this streak going. A lot of ults on the table. EG not immediately pressing here to start. And not a great buddy system established. It feels like they're looking for some sort of bingo call first.
So often we've seen Furia go for those fast A hits, but they want to slow it down. Let's see how they play the mid round.
Yeah.
Then Shy should go away main, no?
No, that's fine. That's fine.
No,
He's gonna
chill,
do frame falling.
Alright, ready?
Yeah, do it.
He walked away. He's tag. Ping him with up.
I'm ulting this guy. I'm ulting. Chill, Jenny.
Hit him.
Two here. Backside,
I don't know what's happening.
Wait.
One fight for the esquerda.
Inside smoke. No. Inside smoke one. I'm darting side,
Do
guys.
it. Take side,
I'm pretty sure. Wait,
Go right.
Wait.
Right side peeking. I can't hear, bro.
He went back. He fell.
It's three yellow, guys. Three yellow.
Jenny, let's play side. I'm gonna smoke this for us.
Can you hold my lamp, guys? It's possible.
I cannot, no.
I'm trying to take a duel, Lord.
30 seconds.
Don't know where. Cancel.
Play on side with me, Jenny.
He's bridge. I'm on HP.
Play on side with me.
Phoenix mid.
I have the peek lay. I have y'all's left.
Yeah, here. That's fine.
Try to delay your orb, but I'm on HP.
Phoenix mid.
Dude, Phoenix double.
They're gonna dark. Can you break Corbin for us?
I will try.
Can you smoke now? Smoke now.
Phoenix mid doors.
Chill. Don't peek.
They're gonna spam me.
I'm
Give me your pop
anti
shield.
on this.
Nice.
He pop shield. He just spammed me. Two. Nice.
I have you right. I have you
Tight.
right. I have you right. I have you right.
I'm gonna pick together.
Nice. Off for last. Nice! Holy fuck, boys! Come on.
Let's go, Art.
I love the way that Shy was able to control that mid-round. He's calling for the rest of the team to slow down, allow him to work. The maneuver through the wall to outplay Zerona was really sick from him. Comes up with that kill, gets the ult off, and from there, a Furia who were in a really chaotic situation, couldn't make sense of what was going on in the site. We heard that from the comms, are then able to stabilize and set themselves up really well on that post plant. It's playing off of each other to slowly deplete the EG players when they're trying to get back around Pyramid.
That's so emblematic of just...
And not so far. Furia are looking very impressive on the map, in which they were on a 4-match loss streak just a couple weeks ago until defeating G2 most recently, and now carrying over that really nice display to win that series against EG on EG's own pick. Feels like we might just get a little exchange of map wins here heading into Haven, which is a top of pool map, I think, for both teams. So we can see some quality play and fireworks from either side if we get there.
Would be fun to see not a single map pick go a team's way today. Doesn't happen too often. It's just been a little bit of how do you do's thrown back and forth here. Shy playing with these trap wires on top of the pit that was set up by Supermen, and Furia just generally tossing some stuff up to dissuade EG members from peeking out and looking for a freebie. Once again, feels like EG is very prepared to play for the round after this one, but there are so many different win cons that they can immediately just turn into more than they're bargaining for. Feels like this patience can pay off. 35 seconds to go, and Furia has yet to break true ground.
Standing ahead.
All going in towards A.
Yeah.
30 seconds left.
As Furia split into this B site. The spike was in A main, though, so it is a long rotate over to the rest of the team, but it shouldn't be an issue. No one from EG is there to actually cut them off at the cross or anything.
Shy's so safe in his position, and Superman has committed himself entirely to finding him. And luckily, they'll get that one. Not much time, but it is enough to get the spike down, and Furia with the 4v3.
There is a level of danger here, though. If EG find another kill, you could see Digizine using that overdrive. Bowers recovered the rifle.
Calm backstab just in time to catch Zerona before he can flash through. And so it really is on Digizine to find the first on top of the slide, so that's why Koala Noob slides first. They're really getting the hang of it, aren't they? 6-1 now on the attack. Man, Shaw was right. They're like, these guys really like starting on attack.
That was a perfect, simple little setup to get Koala Noob that two-piece. I feel like Shy is doing a much better job right now on Breeze, contrasting to Sunset in terms of finding the lurk kills and being a part of the team's entire game plan, not just being left on an island, super delayed, not being able to get involved in time. Like, he's been a factor in post plants,
yeah.
But I think even more crucially, just a factor in these mid-rounds, finding openings across the map. Furia, back to the well, though. Just getting in on that A side, testing EG again, who have struggled to win on this side of the map.
Buys back up, Digizine going for that operator. Finally having the luxury of being able to do so, but is it worthwhile, especially after another first blood goes Furia's way? Supermen falling, so no smoke cycling on the take-back.
Run it back from Zerona, trying to get that space. Counter run it back from Basic.
Now the Hunter's Fury into the pocket of the Pyramids. There's a lot of bodies here, and Digizine in tandem with it, able to swipe through a lot of it. Basic still somehow alive, turns it into an outskirts pick-off! 4 kills! What?!
He is actually just different.
That guy, bro.
Basic is incredible. Oh my god. He has done it on so many different agents throughout this stage, but the Phoenix is on a completely different level. The switch from him just flexing around to being this full-time secondary duelist has taken Furia to a completely different level. unreal. How long has he waited to actually play for this Furia team? It was like a year in bench, and Visa jail just could not escape, could not actually start for them. And man, he has made the most of it.
He finally gets to play in Americas. He finally gets that chance in VCT. Finally gets to come to Los Angeles. And he does so damn amazing. All because he just wants to go back home.
He is, I mean, yeah, it is hilarious. He finally gets the visa. It's finally here. He just wants to go back to Sao Paulo to play in the stage final. Now, he is like the definitive breakout player of this second stage.
He's such a standout. Not often you see a Rookie of the Year performance in just one stage, but
Furia, they are dismantling
I mean,
EG.
he's just looking and finding it.
Just mid-round picks. That's just so free. All right, gonna go back into Bao.
Right there.
What could he possibly do?
Yeah,
More likely than not, yeah, I was going to say he's just going to get pinged out by a drone or forced back, and then the execute's going to come in, and he's behind 17 walls.
They put him in jail!
It's
life sentence, Koala,
It's
paradise for him. Jeez, they're trying to run away preemptively. Shy continuing to be that nuisance. And yeah, that was a read down of a round from Furia.
Look at their money as well. They're definitely going to hunt this.
You see when they understand how much they can use the scope of the map to their advantage after they get a first or second blood, because that kind of rotation is like a proxy freeze against EG when they're held so far back. You saw Pancakes had to use his drone from Nest to re-clear the mid space, and in the meantime, they're just bulldozing Bao in a couple seconds flat. Just multiplicative advantages here. Exponential gains. And it is starting to really show in that scoreboard, isn't it? In goes Furia to try to find the remainder of this stack, get rid of what few guns EG gets to call their own, and Koala Noob just uses it as an excuse to get more kills!
16-6. It is, yeah, what Shaw spoke about in the interview going into this map. All right, cool, you pick Breeze, well, we get to start on the attacker side. And in the current Breeze meta of the Arbor Double Duelist, the attack side is just so strong. It's like the inverse danger that teams have when they pick Ascent and you allow a team to start on defense to 4-1-4 9 rounds into the game.
Sitting back. Been very chill about it. You see the weight that's off his shoulders playing without having an IGL, especially with this newer squad. You know he was really questioning himself a lot more in those previous matches. Now, not having to do so nearly as often. Artscene far more confident in being able to command this group, especially now back on the smokes. And with a Reckoning in hand, it feels like you have endless ways to take this back, even if EG managed to find some eco momentum here.
Well, Furia have done a nice job finding the entirely vacant site for what should be another easy round win. EG take a risk on this eco, can't blame them for it, but they are stacked up on the wrong side of the map.
How much of this do they play for the boom and or exits, and how much of this do they actually
I mean, they just gotta go for it.
I feel like, yeah,
there's too much money. Damage is just not going to be a factor ever for the end of this half. And it's tap pad time.
Yeah.
It's a bountiful harvest for Furia. Spamming away at the chokes. Yeah, this is as dominant as it gets. And Furia should realistically just be able to snowball this all the way through. EG get their full buy, great. They have to go up against the Overdrive, the Run It Back, the Reckoning from Artsin. They have stashed up these ults to just close out the half in absolute 100% blowout fashion.
Yeah, inflation has yet to hit for them. It's just everything they've done has been going so far. They haven't had to use the extras. 2 rounds, 2. Digizine. There's some value with the operator against the other guy that is probably excited to get to use it when we swap sides. But with so many ults in the tank, you got a lot of ways to salvage this back, and one of them would be to run it back. Both curveballs used for basic as he scales through the site, turns it into Artsy, nailing both of the members holding that. He should not be doing that on his own. But with the help of that recon tossed out in the tide, they get the reset and the plant. Superman, though, finding the lurk.
Yep, Shy, always that loose end, goes down. Evil Geniuses trying to post up for this retake. Have to wait for Superman to get there and assist. Pancakes was in a little bit of danger when that molly forced him out, and Calm does pick him off on that rotate towards Arches.
Question of when you can activate around this cove. Zerona with nothing left in the tank. You have to contact, and Artsine on the wrap back. It's just too little too late in every sense.
The Calm KD is out of control. Still with the 1 death. The 6-1, that's crazy. Great shot from Digizine, but they are still overwhelmed by the ultimates. This adjustment, the crosshair placement from Artzin, so just smooth. Knows exactly where that AWP peak is going to be coming from. Even down the Neon, you just see Arts and Furia scaling into that site so well. When that run it back is the space creator. Still 2 ults, by the way. Still with the Reckoning. Did not have to use it even in the 4v5. Artson didn't feel enough pressure to let that go.
Now they will off rip, just to take care of this nice and quick. Both duelists getting their own taste of it. Koala, yeah, with that shotgun. Sure, yeah, Artsine again.
He killed someone with How Did Bao go down to the Molly? Replay ops? Can we get that one?
Molly the other way.
Another guy going down to a Molly.
Yeah, Zerona does get Artzine down to 60. But stuff ticking down, and Zerona does have a flash left, but they're already out!
Calm KD. The 817 is crazy, man. I mean,
he's ascended!
I was going to say it doesn't get more dominant for Furia. Well, it does. They could have 12-0'd them, but that was just stunning gameplay from them. They are just able to execute on these sites full force. EG never had an answer on A. End of the half, Furia, yeah, why not try B? And it works just as well.
Yeah, they got room to play now.
What are they supposed to do on this exec? They're trying to anchor close in the site. The Reckoning just booms every defender.
Yeah, and then you get to throw the tide up after, because Fury have already taken that spot. I mean, Artsine feels invincible at the moment with everything in front of him. But
be the controller, playing with the pack, so it's easier to IGL than when he's on that Sentinel role that he was on previously. On that attack side, it worked out perfectly. And Harbor's so strong on defense, too.
It just feels like they're already in control, but they still gotta finish just to get to the third. Flash in from Basic, Phoenix for Phoenix, and Zerona's the one that's able to scale off it, but Koala found out after going for the inward peek, and that'll let EG take that over after Digizine gets the wrap.
EG buy the time to make sure Digizine can get that free kill. And it always feels silly to say that the team with 1 round here really needs the pistol round, but they would love to close this out.
They really need this pistol round.
They do actually really need this pistol round, some have said. Now they play that fight in main well. And Zerona is able to get the 3-piece plus the plant. So there is snowball potential early into this half for EG.
Yeah, already packed. Already seeing them commit pretty hard to be able to have the buy for the long haul too. So the prio is going to be a big thing, watching Furia coming into this next round, just seeing who they're able to target first, depending on how quickly EG's actually able to act.
I mean, if the scoreboard doesn't tell you enough about how this game went with the 11-2, look at the kill differential. EG were just getting destroyed last half. This would be an all-timer comeback. If they can climb out of this hole, like Furia have just been incredible on the map. Completely turned around. This is a map that just generally throughout the year they haven't even been great on. They're 5-8 across all of 2026.
It's the right time to have found something. Pressure put onto Superman, but he does have that extra help from a distance thanks to Bao's LOS. Now the Cove's set up to negate that factor, so you do get the 1 at least.
Breeze really has been such a defining map of 2026. It's one that is in everyone's pool. No one really bans it. It's either picked or floated like every single series. So if you're not able to get it towards the top of your pool, have it be a plus win rate map, it felt like you're just at a disadvantage all throughout this year. Like this map is always in every VO3, I swear.
Which is such a tough thing to juggle with the fact that it's going to be leaving the pool so soon. So teams are going to have to make such a swift turnaround time. Basically, yeah, like you said, so many teams have this as a focal point of their pool, as either a first or a float. And now it's not a factor at all coming into the latter half of, or the latter bit of this year.
Massive change in the dynamic, getting into the playoffs, and the champions beyond that. Huge change coming up. All right, EG, defining moment in the comeback attempt. Will Furia get to match point on the anti-bonus? EG, of course, they have played to getting the rifles here, getting as strong of a buy as possible, so it doesn't look like a bonus.
First map in the pocket. Down 8, eco potential. Trying to make that 2-0 another reality after winning that same way 2 weeks ago. What do you got? Superman with the insert, very quick, same as EG. They'll breach the tide to start, but Ardzine has a little bit of extra time to play with and nails that lurk. Zerona!
What?
Finding it!
What?
Sure thing.
That is ridiculous. EG, though, look at the positioning. Yeah, it's so congested on site, but Bao finding that pick absolutely can be enough for them to close this out now, despite the lack of space on the map they have.
It's like the only thing they needed to do with that screen reset, and it netted them all the positional advantage they needed. Pancakes will get finished off by this hot hands, right? Yeah. So now a 2v3, Basic, able to set up that Blaze 2. Who decides to breach it? Surely it's Digizine, right? Barrel spotted, slide teased, but at this point, yeah, I don't know if there's even enough time after that. Yeah, certainly come. Gonna hightail it. Man. Interesting start, eh?
Yeah, look, EG display some good fundamentals there in that post plant. Just finding the timings to double swing out together, back pyramid. Collect the kills in a situation where they don't have forward space, can't fight for forward space, especially without the harbor. It's super tough. You rely so heavily on that double wall and the high tide, pass back orange to actually push up close to it. That is not an option for them. And they still make it work. EG, bonus round 1. Another step towards making this comeback real. But a lot more work to be done before I am a believer.
Ardzine quickly stops that first trampling. Zerona stopped by the Storm Surge. Ardzine is ISO'd, but Zerona can still conquer through.
On average, in our entire life.
Back up with the Blaze. EG gets the reset on the A side.
Still just trying to feed these orbs over towards Zerona. Had to super early run it back because of all those pistol round kills. See if he can hunt down some more.
Knowing you got to give yourself over to this at some point, other than maybe calm.
I mean, bear in mind, you go back just a couple weeks. Fury and EG play in the stage. EG win 2-0. The second map is Breeze. They win 13-3. And now just a couple weeks later, with the changes the Fury have made, the evolution of this team, they're in a completely different space on this map. And beyond this map win, if they can take this series, that is a definitive statement that they have absolutely turned over a new leaf. I mean, if you are a non-believer, despite the win that they've gotten against G2.
One enemy remaining.
Step by step, the turtle wins the race.
Wisdom.
Good mentality. Yes, sir.
He's wise beyond his years. The Challengers player coming in. That's a beautiful sentiment. But I am not a believer yet. EG need to win several more rounds, and then I think it's possible.
I know you take some convincing. It's okay. EG's got it in him.
They always that like round 7 or so. Everybody on the other team has the ult in a full buy round. If you win that one, you're cooking.
Yeah, like one more eco reset, and maybe you get rid of the next 1 or 2 ults on deck, and then you feel pretty secure about how you're able to snowball this on your own
so
side.
Eventually, they've got that reckoning. They've got the basic run it back. They can play for a retake with both of those. Still, EG one step at a time. They have to win this round 17. Look at how far they have Digizine entrenched. As they try to make their way towards B main. Tripping broken by that shock dart allows for a little bit more of that easy access.
Straight out on the recon. They had an idea, but doesn't nail it in time. Shy still alive for a couple more seconds. He's the only guy left at this point. Wow, even on the wrap from Digizine. Caught by Artzine at the very least, but
yeah,
already the round's done.
In the meantime, Digizine was just playing DM.
Yeah, right.
We're watching the fight on B. He catches the first player. I'm assuming not clearing that box, not expecting it. We'll see on the replay. But then I'm just looking at the minimap. He just like slides and kills the next guy. He's just playing a minigame. EG's still alive. But we're getting to that point. Next round, they have to win out the anti-eco. But the following one, it's the Artzine Reckoning round. It's the basic run-it-back round. You might have the Koala Nuba overdrive at that point, too. Or at least be close to it. Shy's even going to have the Cypher ult. There are going to be major problems for EG to overcome. But if they can, this comeback could be so real. Oh, this is what I've been waiting for? Oh,
yeah,
yep,
let's
just
see
catches basic, and then, yep, the slide onto Calm.
Good stuff. Yeah, EG's confidence hasn't dwindled at all on this attack half, so... and I really appreciate how they're able to sub in Pancakes on the push with that third for both these sides.
And if they got that upper bracket spot, if Furia really have just kicked it into high gear, hit this new level, they might only be a couple wins away at that point from getting in even off points if they finish third.
But you got to fight double as hard in that loser's bracket, which one of these teams will get sent to. Envy came inches away from being able to have that luxury, and now they have to go for the grind, even if they manage to get through the play-ins. Same goes for the loser here. So Furia really got to wrap this up, or else the narrative will start to sink in again.
Flash is good. Shots aren't, though, for Koala, so Furia just needs to back on out of there. Aggressive timing play. Not a bad idea, but it doesn't work out.
Yeah, a bit of a sparkler, but no firework. Koala having a good net to work with that hero rifle so that Furia can try to pick up what little momentum they can work with, but EG, another proxy freeze, another tempo shift, another A site that's now only occupied by Shy. Finds Digizine. That man is on his own for that, bro.
They've got to be able to deal with Shy. He can't get any more value here. You cannot allow him to find another weird kill. No, he is fully wrapped around. Pinched by Bao. And now EG setting up on this side. Viper Util on the opposite side. Don't have wall to play around. But obviously, much better weaponry. And that should be enough.
One Sheriff, one body. Koala, nothing with the rifle, and surely Zerone is aware that there's more behind the gun. Indeed.
Oh my God.
And he's got the run it back again.
Yeah, that's huge that he picks up the 3-piece in this round. So at least one more ultimate to match up against Furia on the crucial next full buy.
Yeah, look at how much they've been able to build up in this meantime, to the point where Furia, they can't just throw a bunch of win cons at the wall because EG can just throw them all right back. It's like two pallets turn into brown.
We could definitely see Digizine picking up the AWP in this next round and then just having the overdrive for an exec, but you know, play a bit early to just see if he can't find a pick. And then work from there. Zerona Phoenix is no joke. Some frustration from Shaw on that one.
Starting to set in.
But there will be 10x the frustration if this one is the round loss for Furia.
This one would convince you, no?
Yeah, absolutely. Digizine not going to play for the AWP, though. Just has that Phantom. Fast split onto A, perhaps. There's that drone coming out through main. Run it back as well.
Yeah, just working off of Zerona, taking the space. Overdrive on the other side. Digizine making sure that everyone else is fully foddered back. Zerona still manages to land a body, but it's Basic's own ultimate in retaliation, and Artzine uses that to find, once again, the unleashed Jazine.
It's going to be all about this reckoning. It catches onto Zerona. What?
Ooh, the short sight doesn't matter to him. He's too close to it. Basic skirting around orange, making sure the rest of the territory is taken. Superman crept up. At least Basic can take care of that too, but Pancakes in the 2v1 with such little time to work with and 2 shock darts. It doesn't matter that they know where he's at.
Oh, he's got the lineup. He's about to have a recon late as well.
One more on the tap. He doesn't even wait for it, so he's got to go back and fight this, and Shy is in front of it. Furia just might have figured it out. Oh, barely. Basic alone takes Furia to 12. 5 rounds of game point. I feel like it's still convincing you after that.
He is so close, Pancakes. I believed after seeing the clutch he got against C9 on this map, the 1v3 in their last match. So close. Oh, this moment with Superman is brutal. He had to get the 2K there. He had to.
Don't slow it down. He's about to be pissed.
That is the defining round moment. If he gets that EG win the round,
it's over.
He absolutely would have won them the round there. But it's Furia on match point.
Look at Basic, man. Used to run it back at the beginning of that round, and now he's 2 away from another. Hunter's Fury really early here from Pancakes. They want to find something. They have an idea, and it's right. Oh God, he's found Basic again. But Zerona caught by Calm. Rest of Fury already here to react.
You can see them just playing around that wall. The Harbor value present again.
That that relay bolt does not land where it needs to, and Furia have the shuffle system to work through the bodies. Superman in the 1v3, and he hasn't gone nearly the distance he managed to last round. He'll have to take it so much farther to let EG keep this comeback potentially going, and he can't. It's 13-7 to take us to Haven. Furia showing they got more fight in them than before.
EG, they tried to make it go at the comeback, but on the pivotal round, they couldn't come up with the goods. Furia just way too dominant on their attack out. Insurmountable lead, led by Artzine, the IGL. That Harbor was the absolute difference maker beyond the utility. He's even able to top frag the server, putting up 19 kills. Outstanding showing, and now we're headed to Haven, a map that both of these teams like to play on. I think it's inevitable that we are going to get some fireworks on this deciding map. Both of these teams fighting with everything they've got to get that coveted upper bracket playoff spot.
Just shows how invaluable that cushion can be to these teams who want champions more than they ever have. One of them gets inches closer to it when we go to Haven after the break. End of this map. Furia once again starting on what Shaw deduces is their preferred half, and save for Artzine on that Astra, everything else is pretty characteristic. Like Mimi mentioned, this team has shrunk their hero pool drastically, and frankly, most teams have. There were 3 one-tricks in the group stage. There are 7 in the play-in. 2 of them are on Furia.
And it's those 2, Basic and Koala, who were fantastic against G2, the double duelist. Wow.
Disgusting.
And immediately, there's Koala with an opening kill. He has been putting up a remarkable amount of those since the G2 game. Within that, and so far today, his Neon is really starting to hit. There were questions about whether or not he'd be able to pick up the Agent. You know, doesn't necessarily feel like that super aggro entry guy. Always very reliant on the op. But this Neon has been solid for him so far. Site is easy to claim. Furia should be able to get this spike down with relative ease. Oh my god, Koala again.
Yeah.
He's just relentless.
You see that mild extension, and then you see Basic coming right back up behind him, and they run that three-legged race all over again. Zerona completely uncertain. Koala with 3 down already before the rest of EG can even react. No ace in the cards here, but certainly a flawless Koala. Wants to grab it himself, and he can't, but Basic on the follow-up so he can get on his ult path as well. That's a gorgeous start for Furia on the attack. Oh, yeah.
And Koala deserves to get hyped up at that level. He has immediately put Furia in the driver's seat. It is so impressive that he has been able to get his Neon play to this level of quality that quickly. Again, with little to no match experience before this stage. 40 rounds in his 6-year career on Neon. I don't know how many years Neon has been on, like 3 years or something like that. And he played 40 rounds of it until this stage. It is on-the-fly experience that he has been getting in the moment, having to improve week by week against Tier 1 competition with Furia's backs against the wall. And yet, under all of that pressure, he is making it work. But Digizine wants to have a response to that. It's a great opener, but immediately traded out.
Yeah, back into the crowd, tries to land the shots. Everyone else on Furia will trample. And yeah, it really can't be overstated how much Koala Noob has transformed in the past year from one of EMEA's premier Yorus during that Agent's heyday.
And the beginning of this year with Furia. His Yoru was fantastic.
Just being so ubiquitous everywhere all at once, and he has to find a new way to do that on Neon while still integrating the scope that we know he's so good at. It's just you have to let him up at least sometimes. He's so good on it. You can't not let him. And Haven is another great map where you're able to do that, especially if Basic is playing right up next to you most of the time, shoulder to shoulder.
And honestly, you know, since Yoru, you mentioned, has gone out of the meta, Koala Noob, he has had a really hard time finding his place in the new meta. He was the guy playing Phoenix, but it just doesn't feel natural to him at all.
No.
And then in this stage, put in the primary duelist role, trying to play Waylay, Jet. It's awkward in the meta, but finally, he is finding that form. Evil Geniuses, anti-bonus. Got their full buy active and a lot of presence towards Sewer. Furia on the same part of the map, working up A long.
Calm already letting that Odin be known. Hella lane presence here, and even some intimidation factor thrown in. Just trying to keep him here. Seeing how much space they can gain out of it, how much util they can beckon. It'll be the smoke to start. You'd love to find a duelist poking out here, and Digizine is tempted, but they've moved up so far.
Wow! Break it.
Yeah, that recon procs a lot. Still doesn't tempt Digizine to peek, though.
And with this noise cut, it's possible EG think that maybe Furia are going for the round the world, try to get the orb on the opposite side of the map so Basic can get the ult.
I believe it.
But at least right now, no such intention. Furia all stacked up towards A long. EG controlling Sewer. I like this decision. Digizine wants to push it all the way towards the flank, so EG will be able to retake from so many different lanes. Do Furia expect that level of presence? They certainly think someone could be Sewer, but 2 players and already down long.
Yeah, no one's even turned to it. Digizine slides into his second, and they're still definitely not ready for Supam. And Shy has a little bit of extra time for that TTK to come through, and this round just might come crumbling down.
Basic has the run it back to send in here. Here it goes. Zerona needs to stop him right away, and he does.
But Calm playing the puppy guard. Zerona still burns through that. It's Basic on his own, but he'll manage only one. Shy on the run back. Zerona still the curveball in hand, but now it's gone, and Shy has it easy from there.
They can't be losing that.
No, they
cannot be throwing that away. Furia, no right to win that round. It was in the hands of EG. Digizine did so much. That fast flank up long was a really great on-the-fly decision from EG. Digizine is able to capitalize off 2 kills. But Shy on the late rat back. How does he win that duel against Superman? That is ridiculous. And then he is just put in a great position as the closer. Low HP players, and honestly, that's where Shy really thrives as a player. Always in those late rounds. If he can get involved at the right time, he has the clutch gene.
Standing ahead.
Koala trying to double down out the gate here, but with that double Marshall down A lane, that'll get thwarted quick. And that's a first engagement going the other way on Koala. EG has taken that as an excuse to just bring the equator a little bit more forward.
Take flight.
And let Digizine reset so that these snipers can take opposite lanes and they can play for the tempo control later on. Feel much more secure for the retake, even with the eco in a 4v5, especially when Digizine has his overdrive ready. Trying to let Shy lurk again. I mean, this just hands him a rifle if you get him. Cage going to give his position away. Superman is pretty on his own right now, though, so unlikely he'll aggress. There's the overdrive thrown out by Digizine. Very patient with it until the recon hits him. It's Pancakes again, and then he follows up with the Marshall shot.
30 seconds left.
A-site owned, spike guarded. Reset with a proper economy. Likely not necessary. What on earth?
That's an insane hold from EG. Another moment where Pancakes just has the perfect timing on a recon being thrown out.
10 seconds left.
Sets up Digizine for a free kill. Again, we have seen that earlier in this series. They have great moments of synergy. It starts with Digizine hitting a sick Marshall shot towards lobby. That gets the player advantage. Hell of a shot.
And then that, God, it's just so perfect. He knows it's going to proc him.
Yeah, the follow-up to get into the site. Pancakes gets another Marshall headshot. That's ridiculous.
Stupid.
Oh, I won the round in my Marshall, by the way.
Yeah, not even trying, really, honestly, for him.
Look at the state of the Furia economy now.
It is so weird, isn't it? And they have the overdrive, they have the divide, they have the neural theft, they have so many win cons to spring off of, but they have no excuse to actually use one of them until it's like a 5v3.
Look, we definitely felt like this might have been headed in the same way as Breeze, how things began, but EG are right back into the game.
What?
Oh God, basic hit. How on earth does he win that? His Sheriff is crazy good.
At the very least, Digizine can trade through the crowd, and it looks like EG have this under control, but it's just, there's still always this level of concern for the underdog. And as it is a proxy 2v2 with Bao still on the way, EG feel the need to defensively reset so they don't choke on the C site that Fury is going to end up taking.
Little injection of cash for the next round from the plant that Calm gets. This one is in the hands of Shy, though. You know, at best, Calm, maybe one kill can be a bit of bait. That would be nice for Shy to work around as he's going for this late wrap. Do EG expect it? Does Bao expect it?
Oh, he's watching the garage instead, turns to it just in time to take a dink through the wall. He's down to a crisp, and the rest of EG already halfway through the defusal. Calm has got to try and toss a shock dart into this. It's a nice flick, but it's not a nice hold. A Red Bull clutch for Evil Geniuses as they make it 2-3.
The slimmest of margins. But EG get away with it. And because they won an eco round, their economy is still strong, despite losing everyone. I just can't believe that Basic opens that up. He is just insane.
He's just W King.
Unbelievable player.
Straight up just
His
W King.
Sheriff specifically, too. He's like always good for one, every single time.
Obrigado, Deus. Zerona now with this run it back. Pancakes with the Hunter's Fury. EG now the ones able to seesaw this fully in the other direction in just a couple rounds. And Digizine with that op 2. Living the dream for this round. Furia trying to once again sow some chaos.
Now Digizine can really start cooking. Go towards A, have to deal with his op. Go towards C. A bunch of kill trips that Fury are going to have to work around.
And then in 5 seconds, you also have to deal with his op because he'll be over there by then.
And also, they have that run it back for Zerona, who is just playing in the middle so he can be that quick rotate, get to either site that's being hit, run it back, immediately run into support his anchors.
Well, if it's not A, it's not C. Where else could it be? Cosmic Divide set up just to take the front half of the B site. And EG, whatever bait they think this is, they're not going to take it. They'll let this plant fall through, and Furia burn a couple of bits of util. Now the run it back thrown in mid-plant, so Zerona gets the intel scouting to try to let the rest of EG in safely. It'll get Pancakes to start, holding down the door, smoke on top, and everybody from Fury has left this. It's the Hunter's Fury very early on top of this defusal attempt, and it gets the tag. He tries to turn it into a kill, but Calm misses that secondary, and so now you've got to go for the Astra Util next, and the body block has to prevent a lot. Artzine able to spray through the first two, but the gravity well is not ready to reset. You've got to get inside this. Artzine all on his own for a moment there, but Calm with the follow-up can't spray, almost misses out. Oh, man. He still wasn't even aiming on him. He hit his back with the bloom there, but Fury is going to make it work from the...
How do we say...
Avwells are activated. EG are trying to stack the guy on the spike, body block so he can get the defusal. Chaos.
Yeah, that was... Which is where
chaos.
Furia likes to be. That's where they need to be for this. They need to interrupt. They need to set up some traps. They need to force a level of panicking out of Evil Geniuses, even if it's on that retake system.
And they can play post plants like that when they choose to run the Astra. She has by no means been a frequent pick in this meta in Stage 2. But it is moments like that where she will shine. That post plant utility is absolutely obnoxious. And they got the max value off the wall as well, the Cosmic Divide, just to get in, get that safe plant.
Really close to the Superman, lands the bandit shots on the creep, smoke up to keep himself covered, and now you can't safely peek into the cubby without two more members of EG locking you down. It's an easy first blood.
Now Furia lacking a drone to clear some of these awkward corners. Pancake's backside, doesn't expect the second in Shy. A lurker who is usually on his lonesome, but this time the double up with Koala does net them the space into the side, excuse me, but the sun comes in, Artzine has to run.
It's another great bit of interruption, and Digizine using that as an excuse to launch that overdrive, but he's not going to land anything with it. Instead, it's Shy who holds down that lineup, brings it back to a 2v2. Superman, I mean, how do you scale off of this, really? He's so far back. You have to hope nobody's watching, but at this point, Shy, surely he's aware, right? Oh no, Superman's just whiffing, unfortunate. And Shy on track for the ace against the Eco. Come on now, yeah! 5 for him, 5 for Furia. They're back on the streak.
Furia have loved the anti-eco instance today. Shy is putting up some absurd numbers in this game now. 14 for 1. Immediately having an outsized amount of impact compared to Sunset. Started getting some really important mid-round kills on Breeze, was definitely getting far more involved in the match, and now just taking over. It's been a relatively modest return to the stage for him. Great attack side Valorant. On Sunset, the EG defense was great. They had a lot of util combos that they were throwing out, mid-round aggression that was catching Furia off. We have not seen that in the last 2 maps.
You just don't have nearly as many excuses to be preventative. You have to act in reaction.
Just all pace from Furia immediately in with that all. Dispatched by Zerona, assistance from Pancakes to shut down Artzine.
Zerona still trying to stick around on top of this, placate the rest of the team. Shy has to make the distance up main in the meantime to make this presence active. Still got 70 seconds, and almost everyone from EG is here, but you're in too deep, you gotta go for it. And as the fast lane fades and no space is gained, it is the easiest round ever for EG.
Furia just not enacting a plan B there, trying to get right back into the site, but they really don't have a second wave of utility, so they are walking right into Pancakes, who is just happy to shred them with the Odin, and at that point, EG, they've rotated all their players into stack up on this site. The initial denial was great. They removed that, run it back. The stun timing was perfect for Pancakes to get the swing.
Nice, boy!
EG are getting the energy up. And they've got Furia on a really awkward buy.
Wow, Digizine, unconventional slide in, and the Hunter's Fury to help chase it down. I don't think EG needed it, but they're going to take it. And then some. Speed run in this pistol. And EG,
I love that.
They're recognizing how each of these rounds are diamonds, especially on the defense. And they're taking these ones that should be easy.
I love that they carry that, like, in-person, real-life energy into the play in the server in the next round. They dominate on the anchoring, and then immediately They just go for one of those early round Hunter's Fury
Show for
set
these guys, they
pieces.
stand up too early. They lost right now.
Then giving it right back to them after the 5-man Lysor during the timeout.
Karma can be swift.
Just the momentum continue for EG. They wanted to with another fairly aggro play over towards A. You can see 4 other players were stacked up there, but no one from Furia walking forward. No one is greeted by those 4 crosshairs that were ready to deal with anything coming their way. Furia have really slowed down this tempo. Last time Artsin used the Cosmic Divide, it was over towards that B execute, and it was really valuable for Furia.
They've had so many ways to be able to just put a foot in the door. And this time, nothing is immediate. And Furia have what they need to set up. No divide even necessary for the take. They feel that secure about it.
EG with a ton of utility to use and run it back to create that space into the site. Here it comes from Zerona. Dishazine in as well, but stunned up temporarily.
Yeah, that relay bolt did a great job of stopping and forces the fast lane out a tad bit early, but EG is still going to use it to creep up. Zerona with that ultimate is able to find the first, and that lets the rest of the team get in through the backside so easily. It's got to be the garage presence. Once again, it's Shy being that thorn in the literal side, but running up without the gun. Pancakes easily takes care of it. And from there, it's just the 2 on main.
That time is getting real low, though. EG needs to get on the spike.
Gravity wells up. Artzine turns it into 2. And as it expires, Digizine has to at least stick a bit of it. Artzine with the rush down and makes it work! Furia hold on, and it's 6-4.
It's Artsin and Calm able to stay alive. 2 of the most valuable players in low-time post-plant situations just like that. The Astra utility coming through. Having to deal with Calm, who's got the Odin back there. It's a tough situation. Artsin, when he's spamming through these smokes, we saw it on the B exec, we see it again. He is just getting the freest of kills that are so high impact. Crucial round for Furia to pick up. EG still with the cash reserves. Still enough to get the Odin online. Enough to get the Operator in the hands of Digizine. One of the best oppers in the Americas League. He's got it over towards this C side. Might be an opportunity for him to get a round opener.
Yeah, the double up on the Cypher util. An uncharacteristically weak A side after it's been conditioned so hard in the other direction. But Furia, at the very least, need to peruse. Perhaps try and farm that extra orb. With Calm having that Hunter's Fury, though, to activate off of any soul push, if EG give a single thing away, they know Furia have every excuse to just explode right then and there.
They're going back into that Operator. The drone has already been used. Oh, but this is right when Digizine feels like he needs to repost.
Yeah. Tough timing, but as the steps are heard, he's still there in time, has to slide back out through the smoke, and Bao temporarily warded out by the hot hands, but still in a decent spot, choked up, and Digizine does make that op connect through so many screens. It's going to work out. This log presence is smoked out as well, and Digizine is still alive, still just getting shots down, and that means he's getting kills. Explosion out, and no one's watching logs. Quick turn onto it to deal with it, but Artzine stands alone, and the 1v2 almost deals with it himself again! But Pancakes holds on, and EG make it 5-6.
EG with a great flood back into that site, helping Bao, who was just so confident that he would get the assistance from his teammates. Insane from Digizine, gets the timing, and it is so quick to rotate to get that fast trade onto Shy. That is the value of the Operator in his hands.
Let's go!
That's always a win con for literally any team that Digizine has been on.
Up to 16 now, matching Shy. And now with the overdrive available, he's got tools to cycle through against this worst buy.
Yeah, look at what Furia are able to cobble together with the money that they have for the last round of the half.
It is another Cosmic Divide within like 2 rounds. It's just insane how much Artzine individually did.
They get a free sight. Look at this. EG, they want to push down long. They don't want to give an opportunity for the span again, and they don't want to give Calm an opportunity to use this Hunter's Fury. So they are going to push in his most likely position, try to take him out straight away.
Calm, it's playing Protect the President now. Ardzine hopping up to play the buddy system, but only for a limited time. Now it's the relay bolt from afar on Koala Noob's part to stall even longer so that ult can expire, and Calm can finish with the Bandit. Superman now stands alone on the lane reapproach, but it's still a war on three fronts. Pancakes shuffling in, spraying his way through, but Shy not properly dealt with, the discipline not there, and Pancakes, his bolt is out! Bow back on the way through though, through Link, and it leaves it down to the Cypher Ditto, but with such little time left, and the Cypher ult proccing, it's a certainty. Shy, 1 HP, but the round guaranteed, and Furia have the half at the very least.
EG suffering when Furia are able to get those free sights. Calm still able to find value, just staying alive, finds that pick. EG, I like the idea. Okay, we'll let them get into this seaside. We have way better money, way better guns, and we are just going to play to try to kill those post-plant spam players. Calm with the Hunter's Fury. But he is able to just kind of weave around in Cubby, stay alive, 1-for-1 with the Bandit. And then by the time that EG work into the site, the time has gotten low, and Shy is just always there in some kind of annoying flank position to get a couple kills. Both teams who also know how to get to the top. Digizine and Koala Noob are two of the guys that have just been fighting so hard throughout their entire careers to get those global opportunities. So far on Haven, Digizine has been taking over. Can Koala Noob step it up on this second half? He gets a first kill.
Yeah, he was forced to be that first man to just take a lot of the brunt of the punishment in this half. This time around, he can be the one that sets the pace more often than not, and probably get some opping in too, hopefully. Good trade in Sewer to start, and the Lurk War one out because Furia maintains, and Koala, that man is locked right now. Pancakes in panic mode already. In the 1v4, Furia near an inevitability.
Straight out of that halftime, Koala has dialed right back in. It was tough for him trying to entry into those sites. Really getting bogged by utility. Not letting it get to his head. And Ardzine closes it out. Pistol round win for Furia to maintain the lead, extend the lead.
And from here, it's all about the momentum. It always has been about the momentum since Furia decided to go for that identity shift. Making sure that you're able to stopgap now, not fall into the traps, not give away these guns. EG will take any advantage they're handed and run with it. Their improvisation is almost as good as their top-down stratting.
Furia winning both pistol rounds on this final deciding map. Massive advantage. They need to be able to close out off the back of it. Digizine fast into garage. Superman caught behind him, and Shy is there to assist. Basic, it's effortless.
Certainly an admirable attempt, but just not one with legs. Such is the case with so many of these pistols. And from there, Furia postured to buy their way through this is Calm and Ardzine. Able to hold up a good amount of stock so that they can make a good cry at the bonus, have that economic gain going forward in the half.
Furia now 4 rounds away. Calm 4 rounds away from knocking the very team he was playing for at the beginning of this year that then released him to the lower bracket of play-ins and benefiting off that by qualifying for the upper bracket in the playoffs. Can't understate how important being in that upper bracket to start playoffs is going to be for any team that makes it there.
Yeah, MIBR is so thankful that they're starting there when they know that they have to make such a climb to have a chance at champs as well. Is it Brazil's day through and through? Furia is 4 rounds away from making that happen. Calm, now with that Odin in hand after saving in the previous, already causing some pressure on the lobby that he knows EG's going to neutral their way through.
Who for EG is going to step up alongside Digizine? This was so often the story at the beginning of the year, pre-roster changes. Digizine just playing his heart out, putting up numbers, finding so much impact, and yet it couldn't be capitalized off of enough. It's felt so different with this team, but right now you're looking at the scoreboard and someone needs to be there alongside him.
And it could be anyone. That's the beautiful thing about EG. But it could be no one, and that's the terrifying thing about EG. A little bit of an extra distraction dance given by Pancakes to make this pivot a little bit later, but Artzine's once again made a terrific call as to where EG wants to end with 35 seconds. There's no other choice, and the smoke and Link will confirm it.
Look at this. 4 players from Furia ready to greet EG at the doors. They can flood back in and absolutely destroy them.
Yeah, they don't even wait for them to entry because they know EG has to. It's just going to be a brawl set on their terms. Zerona can get the reset, though. And that extra graffiti presence forces Calm to take a second to let Artzine make his way back and grab a gun. Unfortunately, though, I don't think one's accessible to him.
Yeah, he's going to be stuck with that judge unless he can really close the distance somehow.
Yeah, you've got to play buddy with him if you want an attempt at this, but it's tempting to not go for it because you know Calm wants to hold on to that Odin. Indeed, he is going to do so, and Artzine is just going to give this a go. Can't get the early judge shot, so yeah, sure, why not? Bonus taken. EG make it 6.
That's really Artzine's only option. Just try to run in off some recalls. And Calm is more than content to just save this Odin. Doesn't have a lot left in the bank, so that is the right decision. If you're calling on a player to step up, that's what we're talking about. And Zerona does get very important 2-piece in the midst of that A flood from Furia. It gives EG that 3-2 man advantage, and that is the reason they were able to close out that round. He has been a great addition to this EG team. At times we've seen him show off some flashy aim, but for me more than anything, when I watch him play, I feel like he is mostly benefiting and mostly finding kills off of being a very high game sense duelist. He is often a guy that is able to set himself up with very easy kills frequently.
He was always a player that was so desperate to have that positional superiority, so you know he's been labbing it ever since the meta shifted this hard to a point where he had to play an agent that doesn't necessarily get that ability to instantly gain it.
UG fast into this B-side, Paranoia out from Superman and the teleport in while the rest of the team are kept at bay by Basics. Molly. Just a fake tap, he's going to get the hell out of there.
That's the fast lane and the Blaze gone though, so EG don't have any tools to re-entry. Fury is compressed, but they can just re-extend.
Honestly, this is a W for EG. Look at how much util has been expended from Furia.
Yeah.
Now when the exec comes in, they're not dealing with that basic Molly. They're not dealing with that Koala Noob stun. They should be able to burst out of one of these choke points really easily.
Wow, Artzine only has 1 star down? Where did all the other ones go? That's crazy.
Wow, do they go for the full push out? It seemed like they were
I feel like you have to. You have like no tools. You seen if anybody wrapped because B's been so open? Because now, yeah, you have to account for Digizine potentially creeping all the way through Link. And so it's almost like you can't push, but they're so pinched now.
30 seconds left.
Wow, EG want to finish on this A site because Bao has all of the space up long, but Furia are expecting it. They have 3 players here. They have that Odin, and Bao is caught. EG don't have the time to go elsewhere. They have to commit to this site, and Furia are all over it.
Man, so well held, so well timed, and the flash not necessary. Furia just cruise on in. It's flawless to get to 10. It really seemed like for a moment there that they were so stuck, and then you miss that first shot onto Calm, you let Basic get the free curveball, and the rest of the team is not there in time. If Bao was an inch further back, he could have ducked back into the cubby, gone for a bit of a reset, and sure, the clock may still have been totaled, but you at least have a shot at getting that full-blown fight. But by this point, I mean, Furia have the read.
They really did, just having the 3 players stacked up there, ready to go. EG got all that util out early, but it wasn't a factor when the exit came in. They didn't have the time to get through. Digizine opening onto Calm is a little bit too eager to try to get that Odin spam off, and it's put Koala Noob in a position where he just has to run.
Digizine with a good creep outside of the fast lane after he gets the rest of the team in, and the slide forces Basic to give himself away. Rest of EG, these pistols are letting fly. Zerona's run it back, wastes a couple extra seconds, but they know that Fury's going to try and interrupt, and Koala Noob sure just gets the lineup through the smoke, and Furia just continue to rototiller through this. Still a 2v2, and Pancakes has the Odin.
EG just couldn't put a little bit of team fighting there together. One by one, they drop Koala. Wow, he has the sense that Pancakes could be flanking, but it's a lot of patience being displayed by EG. Sova tucked in the corner. Koala Noob has just got the read.
So well seen at every point, and now it's just Bao for a moment, but only a moment, and Furia get ever closer to the upper bracket of playoffs.
Feels like that's the moment where things could have changed. The tide could have turned for Evil Geniuses. They're into this 4-on-2, but it's in this moment. Superman's fighting forward alone. Zerona isn't ready to flash off that contact sooner. There's a disconnection in the ideas there. And it's one by one that EG fall apart.
Wow.
4 versus 2. They are able to open that site up with just Calm was going to find a spot anywhere. It realistically shouldn't have. There was not a lot of initiator positions open for the taking. And yet he is making the most of it. This Furia team bouncing back, and aggro into A. Dejazine denies.
Very quickly as well. And it lets EG be able to freeze very early on in the round, force out that counteractive util. Calm already using up the drone will confirm the stack, but with infinite time to go, how much does it play a factor if you can't immediately act on it? God, you see Basic getting so hungry for it, but he knows he can't dip into it this early.
EG have just been so frequently re-hitting into this A side.
Great intuition from Calm, just a little bit late on it. And Bao will get out okay. Now that neural theft called, so you have to go in here if you're Furia holding the defense, and that recon bolt is major! Calm gets the trade without even having to be seen. Doesn't dodge the paranoia. But Artsy now here just sprays right through the nebula he sets up. Cosmic Divide, but Zerona's already skated all the way to Graffiti. And that round's already a done deal. Shy has already turned tail. And it's an empty ultimate and a 7th round for Evil Geniuses.
It definitely felt like they expected that push down long with the Phoenix, with the flash popping out of that smoke. A couple players blinded, but it was all good. They were ready to go to deny that aggro play that Furia were kind of forced into making.
Yeah.
EG still in the game. Getting up to 7 rounds. But they are at serious disadvantage with the ultimates heading into the next gun round. No real opportunity for Furia to use them here. But in the future, they can be the difference maker.
You can spread him so much thinner throughout a round. Ration it out. Only 2 rounds there. You need. Yeah, that recon bolt was amazing. Just a shame you couldn't act on it properly, and Zerona was already so far in.
Zerona is stepping up, though, for the team on this attack side. He has
come to
life. Him and Dejazine doing everything they can to will EG back. Make this comeback a reality. They tried on Breeze, but it was not enough. It needs to be enough on Haven. But they'll be sent down to the lower bracket. Fast towards B. Crossfire for Furia set up.
Super quick. Nebula up just in time, but Artsy's still going to feel that pressure. Paranoia on the other side of the door, and EG already making a ruckus on the site. The TP into the tap to the TP back out. I love the stratting here, but it doesn't necessarily net you any space. And in the meantime, Shy's able to creep out of that door and get an easy 2-fer. And Furia even still doesn't really give any space away. Now the recon to make sure that nobody has dipped back into B door out the gate here, and it's a free 2 for Furia off of basically nothing they had to do.
EG try to go back to the well with that fake B plant, teleport in, teleport out, pivot away, but this time Shy playing so close up in garage. Is ready for that rotation, ready for that denial. Where is the opener for EG to get into this round? Dejazine desperate to find it, but way too many players looking towards that main entrance. Opportunity for the spike plant now, sure, but a 2 versus 5 for Superman and Bao. Longest standing member of this EG team.
30 seconds left.
And enjoyed it this year.
Yeah, we'd have to come up with a massive play in this 2 versus 5. Bao wants to find something early. Makes sense, but he can't do it, and now they're forced back into the site. I mean, Superman has to be checked there, surely.
You say that. And yet, oh, he's just gonna get it done himself. Sees the cage tossed up, will recognize the one. As soon as that fades, he can creep up a little heavier. Good catch by Bao for the one, but that's all he gets. And so Superman alone and caught by Shy after he attempts the creep.
Up to 26 kills.
How did it happen out of nowhere?
26 for 7. I barely died on the attack half. Was never getting caught on the lurks. Always getting free kills on the rotators. Got the anti-eco ace. Tons of post-plant kills that were really high value. This is by far the best game Shy has had since returning to VCT in this second stage. Koala Noob said it, it's just one more round for Furia, and they will be into the playoff upper bracket from an 0-5 stage to redemption in the play-ins. They are this close.
Just gotta nail one more down. EG trying to toy with every way to bait. Every carrot on a stick they can think of before they actually have to commit. They know how bad these members of Furia want this. They know how they can try and play into that emotion. And Pancakes has sensed the blood in the water. The Hunter's Fury into the entry from Superman, but the barrel spotted by Shy. Artsine can't manage the swing out from Zerona, so EG maintains the presence, but Shy is still here, still killing behind the fast lane, still gotta be turned to, and the double duelist can manage it. But with the spike drop, they gotta waste a little extra time to make sure that they can stabilize. They will. 2 members of Fury remaining.
Run it back being used by Zerona. Might not find a kill, but at the very least, a time waster. Basic now. Position known, doubled up with Calm. Can they close it out 2 versus 3? Would be a poetic end if Calm can get it accomplished here.
Unable to shoot out the cam after it's set up. Bao already has the confirmation, but another insane recon dart from Calm causes some pressure. Digizine barely has enough space to back into this corner where they know he is at, but Furia have to give in after that. Too much time has been spent. EG have at least one more breath in the upper bracket. It's 8-12.
Don't want to throw away the guns. The economy, decent but not great. So they just don't feel incentivized to take a risk. Got 4 more opportunities to close out the game. You can just tell that Shy is in that flow state, the way that he's maneuvering around all of the utility. You can't create a more chaotic situation for an anchor.
Those turtles are a-crawling. Yo!
EG. Get that one across the finish line. It did require ultimates, though. They've got one more in the hands of Digizine.
Yeah. Quick Hunter's Fury here from Calm. Gutsy stuff. Surely he's found something, right?
No, not even the tag off of that.
Questioning that one. Because now you only have that overdrive to activate, and that's just to get a reset for some space for solely Koala Noob more often than not. And I mean, he has those rounds where it can be solely him that takes over, but they don't come out of thin air.
Drone forcing Koala back, and that is going to lose Furia intelligence towards that A side. Info trip is broken. Zerona wants to get into the site. Oh, the flash, but the spam is good. He is so weak, and Basic opens it up with the first. Superman down. No smokes now for EG on this attack effort.
Got to speed it up somewhere, somehow, right now. And as the trapwire gets taken down, you see how many Artsine can get with this Judge on top of the cage. He has been found out technically, but not exactly. And Zerona, in the meanwhile, able to guard Link. Wasting a little too much time here, but he finds the perfect moment to double back with the Judge and get the 2! Space retaken, but in the meanwhile, Zerona gets the 3rd. Koala finds a reason to use that overdrive after all, and Bao alone against the 2. Trying to hold on just a moment longer, just one more round, just one more chance, please! And Artsine creeps up and takes it away! From revenge to reality at the perfect moment. Furia are so back and so in playoffs!
If that